Today, the Federal Reserve is expected to announce another interest rate hike to slow down inflation. It is the third increase since June. This comes as prices are showing no sign of falling. Depending where you look, gas prices have, but that's another story. For more on what this all means, let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous. And Alexis, just right off the bat, I guess we'll start with the basics. What are we expecting from the Fed today? You and I've talked about this.
Yeah.
3/4 of a point. What's happening?
Yeah, another big interest rate hike from the Federal Reserve in just a few hours. We're expecting it to be that 0.75%. Some Wall Street analysts believe we could see a full percentage point rise as the Fed ramps up its fight against inflation. We know that it hasn't helped much. This would be the 5th interest rate hike of 2022. We still have inflation at 8.3%. You were right to call out gas prices. They're probably the lone bright spot, but we have higher prices for food, higher prices for rent, and just about everything else.
So what does this mean? I want you to really lay this out in a broad sense, because we're showing pictures of gas going into cars. I drove past a gas station in Fort Lee, New Jersey, down to $3.19 at that one particular. Wow. So people see that and they're thinking, okay, I'm saving, dollars on a gallon of gasoline, but then the interest rate hikes, and that affects your credit cards, mortgages, everything else. So yeah. Are we to think that it's getting better or getting worse?
Well, it depends on what it is you're shopping for. You're hard-pressed to not find inflation somewhere in your household budget. Here are just a few ways that today's interest rate hike will affect folks. So you're going to get higher interest rates on credit cards if you carry a balance. If you're looking to buy a car and you're going to have an auto loan, you're going to be paying more there. Home equity loans, small business loans, and of course we know mortgage rates also going up. On the flip side, there's a little bit of a bright spot here. You're making more money on your money. So if your money is in the bank, you're getting higher interest on high yield savings accounts and also certificates of deposit. Of course, those are not keeping up with inflation, but at least you're making a little bit more money than you have been in years past.
So people who don't follow it as closely as you, this is now the fifth
rate hike of the year.
So what is the Fed trying to do, and is it working? How many more times are they going to have to do this?
That's the big question mark. What they're trying to do is slow the economy to sort of choke off demand and push prices lower. And they've said they're about to do anything to get it there, and that even means pushing the economy into a mild and short recession. What Wall Street really wants to know is two things today. How much higher will interest rates go, and how long are they going to stay there? So I think that 0.75% rise in rates is already baked into the market. They want to hear from Fed Chair Powell. He'll be speaking later this afternoon at 2:30. We're going to be carrying that. And, to see whether or not he says interest rates are going to be higher for much longer.
Yeah, and he knows his words will affect the market. What do you expect to see in the market? Because we've seen some down days.
Oh, it's been such a rough, really year for the market, for the past few days for sure. And I think, again, if the market sees some light at the end of the tunnel and believes that these cycle of interest rate hikes are nearing an end, and that the Fed believes that they're going to start impacting inflation in a good way, you could see the market rally.
All right, well, I don't have any more fingers and toes to cross, so we're just going to have to keep watching.
For sure. Throughout the day, we'll be here.
Thank you so much for the explanation. Really appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.